All right. Tanya will tell us. All right, we're good. Okay. It's Deb and Jen. We came up with an official name. Besties in a Pod.
Besties in the Pod.
So Deb and Jen, Besties in the Pod. We're learning here, so you guys are all learning along with us as we figure out how to podcast. Are we podcasting or are we actually video?
We're both. Whatever.
We have to actually, hopefully by now, if you're watching this one, we figured out how to post the first one. That's my thought.
Right.
Yeah, we're on it.
And you guys are on the edge of your seat.
I know. You've been waiting a whole month just to see what.
Almost some of you have probably fallen off your seat already. Oops. Just broke my pen.
Oh man, that stinks. So last time we were talking about friendship and how Deb and I have been besties for about 40 years, and we talked, kind of gave you guys our big run through of life. So I'm sure you all did not take notes, but just join along in the fun. It's just going to be like a fun little ride. But also, I think we wanted to kind of do a little caveat into, we both had other best friends through our seasons. Mm-hmm. Tanya, have you ever had more than one best friend?
Yes.
See? So it's pretty common. And for you to have more than one best friend is okay. And so I've had great friends my whole life, and best friends my whole life. Deb's the longest running.
Jesus is my best friend.
Jesus is your best.
Jesus is the best.
He's the best of friends. But I was just trying to think of all the people, like we mentioned April last because we both know April and have love April. And then my friend Laura, who we did all sorts of crazy stuff.
My friend Michelle.
Yeah.
And then
I think growing up too, just different people you hang out with in different seasons of life. I think of being a young mom, and I hung out with my friend Christy a lot. My husband was a trooper. Her husband was a trooper. I think we did a ton of stuff together, and she was a great friend. And I'm trying to just think of I have my friend Ruth Ann, who's been one of my great friends for a long time, and I think of my friend Kim and my friend Christine, and
I have my friend Dawn and Denise and Pamela.
And then we have Monica. Monica, it's a pretty great friend to both of us, I would say. Tanya's known Monica longer than anybody, so no comments about how great Monica is.
She's great.
So I think of my friend Lisa, and I think of my friend Amy, and I think of there's probably 5 million other people. So guys, if we didn't mention your name, it's just because I haven't had enough coffee, maybe I had too much coffee. I did have coffee. I'm a coffee drinker. If you don't know me,
this is huge.
I hated coffee. Hate coffee. Hate the taste of coffee. You could put anything in it and it would still taste like coffee. And then I started this job where I get up at 4 a.m. and I'm tired. But I found white coffee before this.
Right.
I found white. I love white coffee.
Which doesn't taste like coffee.
No, it doesn't taste like coffee, and it has a lot more caffeine. So maybe I'm addicted to caffeine. But now I'm drinking coffee. Oh my goodness. I made myself a cold brew coffee.
Who are you?
Who am I? Oh, anyway, that's our first squirrel moment is coffee. My husband is an avid coffee drinker, so I think he's kind of having fun with this, that I actually drink coffee.
Todd is the espresso king.
Nespresso king. Thanks to Drew and Ruth Ann. So anyway, now that we're off the coffee, I take mine with oat milk and honey.
I take mine oat milk also, oat milk creamer. However, which way I can't taste the coffee.
Whatever. Oh, okay.
Half creamer, half coffee.
Okay. Tanya, coffee drinker?
No coffee.
No coffee. Okay. That's how I was for a long time. So I've been in that camp. Just kind of shocked. So anyway, all to say that had a lot of coffee. No, I had one coffee today, which is probably for me like a lot of coffee. Again, I think I drank something with caffeine before the last one too. Sorry, people. Anyway, just to say, having more than one best friend is a gift from God, and just seasons in your life, you're going to, I hope that you find somebody that you can just do life with. And when I was thinking about friendship and kind of caveating into a little bit about that and coffee, obviously. I thought of vulnerability, and I looked up the definition because I think that's where we all get a little stuck with being friends. It's hard to be vulnerable with people because there's just, I think, because of social media and everything else, it's like you feel judged a lot, and so it's hard to be vulnerable.
And true friends are gonna love you through all of your junk.
Yeah, that's true. So I looked it up. It's like one of the meanings. They had a bunch of different meanings that were like, you know, going to be attacked and all that. I was like, I don't think that's the way to go. But the one that applied was willing to show emotion or to allow one's weakness to be seen or known. And when you're, you know, opening up to friends and even keeping friends in a friendship, I feel you gotta share your life. You gotta be vulnerable about who you are to really be a true friend. And somebody who is your true friend is, like you said, gonna love you through that and know you. And
because we've had some difficult moments, not with our friendship, but with different circumstances we've been through.
Yeah. Some things are hard to share.
We're in the ride or die mode, and you get to a situation where you need to do something, and it's like you don't even hesitate. You're there.
You're just there. Do you want to share one? You seem like you have thought of one in your mind.
I don't know. This might bring tears to my eyes.
Oh. We're talking about being vulnerable. Here we go. Share if you want.
It was that one time that I needed to escape my situation.
Oh, yes.
And I said, I gotta go. And you were like, let's go. Let's just go. So we went down to, down
to Cali,
California. And that was the time that your dad was.
No, that was a different time.
Was that a different time?
I think that my dad already passed by then. That was when you were moving to California, was when my dad was dying.
Oh, that's right.
Which is another thing. I mean, it was hop in the car or the van, you're going to California because you need to be there for your dad. So
and you just go.
No questions asked. They just loaded me up with them.
That's right. We went in the U-Haul down there.
Yeah. Didn't we have a dog with us?
We had Casey, yes. My basset hound.
Yes. There you go.
That I got after I lost my first daughter.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there's going to be difficult moments, and you just see each other through.
Yeah, there are times, though, when people have difficult moments and you don't know what to do with it as a friend. That's hard. Like you try to be there for somebody, and you don't know what to do, and you don't know how, and so that's when I think friendship you kind of can let people down. I know I've done that, where I just didn't know what to do. Someone was going through something that I didn't know how to help them. I didn't know how to be there for them. So, and they weren't, of course, because they're going through a hard time not communicating that. And so I've probably let lots of friends down over the years.
Yeah, I have too.
Yeah, I think if we're all honest, we all have. And what do you do with that? What do you do in those situations?
That's a good question.
Good question.
Then again, the true friend will know that your heart is good.
Right. But I think
even if you don't have the words to say.
Right. Yes. People who know you know your heart, knows that if people have your good in mind or they don't. I've had people in my life that I know didn't have my good in mind. And so, like, when something's going wrong and they're like, oh, okay. I just felt like they were going, yes, she's having a hard time. But, it's okay. I've probably done that too, But I think what we need to do when we figure out maybe we haven't been the greatest of friends is to ask for forgiveness.
Yeah.
Ooh, admit you're wrong. Ooh, that's not easy.
Yeah.
So, anyway. So if I've wronged you out there, Please forgive me.
Please forgive me too. We're all going through this journey.
Yes. Life journey. Life's journey. I came up with a question today. It was, can you be close friends with people who don't have your same beliefs or value system? I'm sure there's people out there that have polar opposite beliefs or whatever. I don't know.
I told you about the book project that Holly, my cousin Holly, and I are doing.
Yeah.
We have kind of opposite views on things, but because I love her so much, we're going to talk it out and it'll be okay.
Yeah. See, there you go.
I mean,
that's what I think too. I think people are always going to have different opinions and stuff like that, but it's okay to agree to disagree on things and love each other through it. I think
if we, study how Jesus met probably every single person that he came across, he met them right where they are, right where they were in their faith and
who they were, just raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And think about the woman at the well.
Oh,
right?
yeah. That was a day.
She went, she was up in the middle of the day because she didn't want to catch the scorn of the other women.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Jesus met her there, so.
Yeah. He did. He's met me where I'm at, too, so.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I think we can all strive to do that. Love people where they're at. So, yep.
Yeah.
So that's my vulnerability and friendship moment. But it's been a month since the last podcast. A lot has happened.
A month, yeah.
Yeah.
Had some little family things going on.
Yeah.
I had to go rescue my Uncle Dick from Vegas.
Yeah.
Long story.
Yeah.
He moved himself down there just on a whim and got lost a few times.
But he's found. So
but he's found.
That's
Mom
good.
and I went down on a mission, drove him back home, and I'm like, Uncle, if I'm going to be, your POA, and we're, you got to be close to family.
Yeah.
And those things start happening.
It's true. It's true. I think for me, my son got married this last month. So that was pretty exciting. That was a good wedding.
Cole and Grace, that was a great wedding.
Yeah, lots of fun. So, and that's part of being friends, friendship too, is sharing all the things. As our family gets older, we have to share in that, and having somebody to talk to. You have to share in, celebrating kids getting married and all that fun stuff.
Funerals and
Hospital visits.
Hospital visits, yes. Right around that time, my mother-in-law was in the hospital, having her gallbladder out, but she's doing good. She's a rock star.
She's a rock star.
Yeah.
Joanne is just.
She's amazing.
She's amazing.
So I guess we had a little bit of family drama at that, with the celebrating, and that's part of life, and that's what friends do. They do life together, and good and bad. What do you say, Tanya?
Yeah, it's good and bad. Mostly good though.
Mostly good. I think it's good just to go through it all
Just
with
to
a friend.
have family with you, have friends.
Yeah.
To go through the hard stuff.
Yeah. And to celebrate the good stuff, I think.
Yeah.
I think it kind of goes both ways. So get out there and celebrate and do stuff with your friends.
And be intentional. I think we said that last time.
Yes, you got to be intentional with friends. So
yeah,
I'm curious, if people found their way to connect with people with our challenge. Like I said, Deb and I do Marco Polo all the time. Mm-hmm. I try to text Tanya, but she
never texts back.
And why is that?
She's my sister. She just doesn't get on.
Already in the car driving for work, or you know, or I see it, but then I can't reply right then.
Yeah.
And then I forget.
Yeah. But you can get to Tanya eventually.
Yeah, call mom.
Call mom. See? Find your way. So,
Oh,
I'm curious, Mom, do you want to come tell us about friendship you've had friends longer than we have.
my parents are in the house. Mom and Dad are.
You want to come say something? Come tell people about friendship, your perspective? No? Well, Mom's had lots of friends. I know that.
She's had a lot of friends. They still have a lot of dear friends. They have friends that live up in Kalispell that have been married the same amount of years. We're gonna go see them sometime this summer. Jim and Suzette. And yeah, they were in each other's weddings.
That's
Mom-
cool.
Mom and Suzette were, because they were in high school together. It was fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be us, Jen.
Yes. That'll be cool.
Where was I going with that thought?
I don't know.
You're going to see friends.
You're going to see friends, and as you get
Yes.
older, you can
Yeah.
get some
just,
traveling
you know,
in.
just the history and talking about old times and
Yeah, it's fun. My curious question about old times is why do we all, maybe not all of us, all is kind of a very broad statement, but why do some people, we always go back to high school? Like we come back to, back in high school, blah, 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 or, whatever. Why is high school, it's 4 years, it's 4 stinking years of our lives. Why is it so huge? Like the glory days, back high school was not my glory days. So but I still do it, I don't know. Why do we do that? Why do people do that? Anybody got an idea? I'm just curious. It just popped in my head.
the music was
The music.
rocked.
Yeah.
I gotta say. And it was a simpler time.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, even people who,
That's when you kind of start, being an adult though too.
yeah,
Right.
kind of being who
So
you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have your first loves and
Yeah.
all your firsts.
A lot of firsts during high school. Okay.
Yeah, transitioning into adulting. I think that's what they call it nowadays.
Adulting.
Adulting.
I don't know if I've transitioned into adulting.
Yeah.
So some days. Like I said last time, when you grow up super spoiled, you don't know adulting is rough.
Adulting? What's that?
Exactly. What?
What?
How do you guys like this camera angle? Isn't this much better than last time?
Yes.
We've automatically lost 10 pounds. Right there.
Automatically.
See, we're learning. You're learning with us.
And Jen lowered her chair to be as tall
Yeah.
as me.
Yeah. So Deb and I, actually, you're taller.
I'm a little taller
Yeah.
today. Very nice.
Yeah. It's the little things.
It's the little things.
Anyway.
I've been kind of under the weather this week, so
Yeah.
I apologize if I sound a little
Stuffy.
stuffy.
Yeah. But anyway, what else about friendship, Deb? What do you got?
Friendship,
Friendship.
just the perfect friendship.
I'm glad you know the words, because I don't. Deb and I did something new as friends. Well, kind of new. Last month we did a 5K. Have you ever done a 5K with a friend? It wasn't just your average 5K. It was the Pirate Run.
Pirate Run.
Yes, and we did not run, but we did dress up like
We
pirates.
did.
So I challenge all you guys out there, find something fun. It doesn't have to be dressing up like pirates, and go do something with your friend that you typically don't do.
Right. And we did the 5K at an hour 6, wasn't it?
Yeah, because we walked.
Because we walked.
And we probably talked too much.
We talked.
The people you had to like run up a hill and then like come back down and do that twice.
Right.
And then you did the 5K. People were lapping us. Like,
Yeah.
there's people doing 10K and wasn't it a 15K too in there? I don't know. There's people doing a half marathon and all that, so they went back and forth numerous times. They lapped us numerous times.
Numerous times. And I think next is the Luau run, isn't it?
Yeah, if we sign up.
If we sign up.
Yeah.
I think next time if we do sign up, we should do our own little personal best.
Well, that's the whole point of those, is your personal best.
Right.
Yeah, it's not, you're not trying to, beat everybody. It's not that,
Right.
it's not that kind of race.
Right,
so.
right. And don't wear a pirate costume.
Oh, she's denouncing the pirate costume.
It was not comfortable. I mean, it's more, for parties and lounging or whatever, but it's not for sport.
It's not for sport?
No.
I did fine, but I didn't have an actual pirate costume. I just winged it. But
Did you do the patch on the eye?
no. I did have one big earring though, and it was very blingy. I found them when I was shopping for wedding earrings.
It was fantastic.
It was fantastic. Just the one side.
I think I posted some pictures.
Oh, you did?
Did I post pictures of that on Facebook? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Deb is the social media girl.
Mm.
Yeah. So, but anyway, find something fun. You know what would be kind of cool? Even if you went and did a ceramic thing with that paint, like pottery where you paint something, or like a paint and sip class.
Paint and sip, yeah.
Or
this is for the guy besties out there. And this was probably a play for girls too, but I don't know if the girls would be too much into wanting to do this. But if you're having a bachelor party, you put all of the bachelor and the groom's names in a thing, and you draw names. Go to Goodwill, pick out an outfit.
Oh, I've seen people do this just on dates. Like,
Yeah.
you could do it with girls. You know what? I cannot see. I think of my son, and he would not do that.
He wouldn't do that.
No.
He wouldn't wear anything someone picked out.
No.
No, he wears nice clothes.
Yeah, he would not do that. I don't see that as a guy thing at all. I see maybe the bride and the bridesmaids doing something crazy like that, but I don't see my son and his guys doing that at all. See, friends disagree. Friends disagree.
But it was such a cute idea.
I've seen it where the people do it on a date. Like the guy they have like a $20 limit or $10 limit or whatever, and like the guy will pick out the girl's outfit and the girl will pick out the guy's outfit or whatever, and then they go out somewhere dressed in whatever.
And they can't say no, right?
Right, pretty much.
As hideous as it might
They
be.
probably have some little guidelines in there, like can't be lingerie or something crazy like that. I mean, you have to be able to go out somewhere in it, but I'm not sure. I haven't done it, so I don't know the rules.
We should do that, Jen.
We should do that. See, besties could do that. You could do that. Tanya, you in?
Ain't happening.
Yeah, fun stuff. Go find something fun to do,
stuff.
especially with summer and
Yeah.
everything. You can go do anything or learn something new. Like Deb and I are learning about podcasting. I also want to learn how to paddleboard.
Yes, we should have one of our episodes out on the lake.
Oh, that would be bad.
It might be bad.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. It's already going to be embarrassing enough just to learn to paddleboard. I mean, I've done it twice, 2 or 3 times, maybe twice. But I mean, just to kind of actually learn how to do it would be cool.
We'll do that without the cameras.
Yeah, please. Also, I just think that's cool as you get older is to not quit learning. That's what my aunt said. She said you can learn something from everybody, good or bad or whatever, but also to just keep learning new skills.
Yeah.
Something fun. So, yeah.
I like it. You have anything to add there, Tanya?
No, I'm good.
She's not learning anything. She's trying to keep up with what she knows. Tanya knows a lot. Tanya's amazing.
A little bit of everything.
She does. That's true. It is very true. So, I don't know. I think that's all I have for today. Just challenging people to be vulnerable with your friends.
Yeah.
That's how true friendship kind of grows and starts, and let people help you. That was something that we didn't talk about, but that's hard.
Mm-hmm.
You can't always be the giver. You got to be the receiver.
Right.
Yeah. And Go out with one of your friends and learn something new. Do something fun.
Right. And if you've been thinking about someone for a long time and haven't called them in a long time, just call them up.
Or text them, reach out on social.
Right.
And then I also wanted to kind of let you guys in on not only, I mean, we're talking about friends, being friends these last 2 episodes, but we're also just going to be talking about, I mean, Deb and I are both 56, getting older, doing stuff, things changing. So I'm just saying, we don't have a certain agenda. We're going to do some life with each other and Tanya and with you. So it might be cooking, it might be hairstyles, it might be talking about menopause. That's always a fun one. I know we just lost any guy listener just right there. Or anything. So just want to encourage you to come join us again. Just lighthearted, fun time with Deb and Jen, besties in a pod.
Besties in a pod.
All right, we'll see you guys next month.